Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV and the Premier League Weekend Show. Hello, everybody. Yes, welcome back to the Premier League Weekend Show. I'm here on my own at the moment because Talk and Lauren are a little bit busy. Hopefully, maybe Talk might come in at some point. They are on the Man United agenda at the moment, and I think everybody who is a Man United fan knows the score, knows that hands upon head, terrible performance. We will get onto that. We are going to go through all 8 games in the Premier League this weekend. Might be a very quick vlog because I'm all on my Todd. And what a great weekend it actually has been for results. Loads of goals, loads of great goals, especially yesterday with Chelsea and Liverpool. What an amazing weekend for the start of the year as well. Really good to see. So let's move on quickly to the first game, of course, was Arsenal 1, Man City 2. Arsenal going up 1-0 against them with Saka scoring the goal. And people kind of thought probably Arsenal could do something here. Do you know what I mean? I really thought Arsenal could have done something. And it's unfortunate. And I know everybody's still moaning about the Rodri celebration. What do you make of that celebration of that goal at the last minute of the game to win it, pretty much? Kind of a little bit is antagonizing to the fans. I get that, throwing off his shirt and sort of goating the supporters. But at the same time, you have to take that in football. That's the banter within it. People shouldn't be throwing bottles, though. I think that's very bad. Unfortunate for Arsenal. They've been doing so great recently. Saka's amazing, by the way. Martinelli's a great player. Had his chances as well. Gabriel getting sent off as well. Bad mistake from him. And he has been quite good defensively for Arsenal as of late. So it was a bit tough to see him go off the field, I think, because it made the game different. And I think Man City definitely pounced onto that. So look, well done to Man City there. What did you make, though, like everybody's watching right now, of the celebration from Rodri? Because a lot of people were 50-50 about it. And I think it comes with the territory of football. If you're a football player, you're getting, 50 grand or over a week. You should be able to take that sort of banter and abuse. Obviously nothing racial or sexist or anything like that, of course not, but just banter. You should be able to take banter from fans who pay their money to go in. Nobody should be throwing bottles at people, though, and if anybody does, then of course the club should remove them fans from watching further games. But it was a really good game. Unfortunate for Arsenal. I think the Gabriel sending off, like I said before, changed the game completely, and Man City pounced on it, dominated right till the end, 2-1 to them. And for me, looks like they're going to probably win the Premier League this season. Watford, next game up. Watford 0, Spurs 1. Watford not doing too badly, really. Not too badly. Spurs yet again at the end of the game winning. And, Conte not doing too bad. Is he going to grab players in January transfer window? Probably needs to. I know there's like this talk of perhaps Lukaku being swapped. Who was it for now? Lukaku being swapped for Kane. So Kane going to Chelsea, Lukaku going to Spurs, because suddenly as you've seen in the press with Lukaku coming out and giving his love to Inter Milan when you're a signed player for Chelsea, it's not good at all. So maybe they're looking like they want to get him pushed on, and it could be Tottenham. But talking about this game anyway, Watford and Spurs. Watford look like they really are struggling at the moment. Didn't do too badly when Ranieri came in at first off. That brilliant game against Everton, battered them brainless, and they beat Manchester United as well. But all you can say is, Sanchez with that 90+6 minute goal and the assist from Son Min. It was a close game. It was only a close game, really. Tottenham were expected to win that, and I think they just about made it, didn't they? Really, it wasn't really. I wouldn't say it was a dominant game from Spurs, to be fair, but Mora once again having a brilliant game. Let's read out some comments then, people. Smash the like, smash share, smash subscribe if you can. It really does mean a lot. Got Bargav in the chat here. Fantastic game, only if it had more goals. Yeah, I do agree with that, with the Arsenal one. If people want to attack Cancelo, they deserve it. Yeah, but it's up each to their own. Everybody has the right to their opinion. Of course they do. I just feel throwing bottles isn't the way forward. I wouldn't suggest anybody doing that at a game to anybody, whether they're on your team or the other. Princess of Maine, big up. City cheated. Please elaborate on what you mean there, Princess of Maine. Did I say princess? I'm very sorry. Princess of Maine, please do elaborate on what you mean by City cheating. He could have run to his own fans. Yes, he could have. I mean, you look at what Adebayor did when he played for City, and he ran all the way over to the Arsenal fans, didn't he, to celebrate that goal. Yeah, he could have done that, but at the same time, when you scored that goal, the winning goal, and you're at that end and there's no fans up that end, you have every right to celebrate. You have every right. Not many players will shoot right to the other end of the pitch. If they did anything like that and celebrating with their own team and their own colleagues, they go to the bench. That's probably close as you can get. You're not really going to run all the way back to the goalkeeper area, are you? So I don't disagree with what he did, but it was antagonistic really towards the Arsenal players. I think he pushed the envelope out, and that's why he got bottles of water thrown at him. Yeah. So I score an injury time goal. I'm celebrating. These footballers ain't robots. Yeah, exactly. They're not robots. So you only expect passion from that. And I heard Danny Murphy speaking on TalkSport saying, I definitely do the same thing. If he said it, even if I had a six-pack like he does, I'd definitely be taking my shirt off. So yeah, understandable. Big up QNTV. Go check out QNTV. Great channel, by the way, mate. Let's go on to what other games have we got here? We got a few more here. Another brilliant game here. Crystal Palace 2, West Ham 3. Palace pulling it back. And look, honestly, Palace amazing right at the end. They really were incredible. It was a good result from West Ham at the end of the day. They did let it slip. They had a very big lead. Palace unfortunate to get that equaliser. Really good overhead kick right at the end, inches wide of the left-hand side post. Palace, usually going for draws at the moment. They definitely can battle teams at the moment. They were a lot better before. A lot better after Patrick Vieira took over, and they're playing some very good football, and they've got a very good team as well. And when I say they got a good team, it's not just from the old season of last year team, but I mean like the youth players that they got coming through. Very impressed by them. They will stay up, definitely, Palace this season, and they will get a few more shock wins. I definitely believe they will. Who else we got here? Brentford 2, Aston Villa 1. Brentford, great result from them. They need to pick up these wins. I think that's 19 points now or so. Don't count me on that. Let me check actually before we before I actually say how many points Brentford have got. Let's have a look. I'm looking. I can't find them. There they are. Sorry, 23 points they're on. So it's not too bad for the first season up in the Premier League. 23 points, not too bad at all. Unfortunate for Steven Gerrard and Aston Villa. Dipped a little bit recently. Should have probably got a result from Brentford. I'm suggesting probably the win would have probably what they were hoping for, but you can't doubt Brentford at the moment. Honestly, they have got a really good team. And when I say good team, I mean they're playing together very well, and that sometimes can dominate Galactico teams such as Man United, Chelsea, and co. Who at this moment in time really need to improve. Leeds 3, Burnley 1. Leeds getting some points. Finally, Bielsa doing something exactly right this time. Playing the game which he should have against Burnley. Burnley struggling, of course. Sean Dyche probably looking like he might need to get in a player or two in the January transfer window. Will he? I'm not sure he will, because whether he's actually backed by the Burnley board or not, in that sense, I'm not too sure. Probably a job for him that he's just got to work with what he's got. Leeds, are they going to get anyone in January? Are they worrying about the relegation battle that they might be in at the end of the season? Possibly, but it's a really good result for them, 3-1, winning by 2 goals. At the end of the day, Leeds have got to push on from this. They really have. Have I lost connection? Yeah, I have. There we go. Back on the road. Okay. What we got here? Lukaku for Aubameyang makes sense if they want. No, not Lukaku for Aubameyang. No. I don't think they'll do that. I don't think Arsenal could afford to have Lukaku on the wages that he is. I don't think so. I think it would be Spurs, if anything. But I don't know why anyone would suggest that Lukaku would prefer Spurs over Chelsea. But because of Conte and the fact that he had him at Inter Milan and they won Serie A, that might be a reasoning why. Arsenal could be deducted 12 points at the end of this season. What happened in the Man City game? Joke. Why could Arsenal be deducted 12 points at the end of the season? Please elaborate on that, because I do not know why. And big up Anthony as well. Big up the Man United agenda. Big up to them. I think they're on at about 8 o'clock. You should go and check them out. This is literally a quick vlog, just running through the fixtures, the results of this weekend. So let's move on then. Everton 2, Brighton 3. Brighton. Rafa Benitez is under fire, is he? Or is he not? I think he is. Losing 3-2 to Brighton. And look, Brighton dropping points recently. They were 4th for quite some time. They were doing very well at the top of the Premier League. Slumped down a little bit recently, but look, they've got the win against Everton, and that is really impressive. I'm bringing in someone right now, and he is the co-owner. Molly.
What's up?
How you doing, mate?
Sorry, I'm late, mate.
No worries at all. I've been running this thing. Don't you worry, man. Been running it. You're good. Mate, it's just I'm running through Premier League results, of course.
Yeah.
What did you? I mean, just quickly to go back onto the Arsenal game, because you're Arsenal supporter, Marley, mate. What did you make of the result on that one?
I'm still fuming, mate. I don't want to stretch myself too much, because I've spoken about this on Twitter, and Nesfitli TV for a long time. I'm most likely going to be touching this Friday for Gunner from All Corners as well, but that was just bullshit. That was a scandalous game, mate. No calls went our way. It was everything in favor of City. I couldn't stand it. And we played so much better than them, and I'm very proud of the young team we had. We outplayed City. No discussion, the best team in the country. So that's reason to be proud, but we should have gone out of the. We should have got 3 points from that game. We got none, so it's very frustrating.
What did you make of this, the celebration as well from Rodri, mate?
He should have gotten a red card from that celebration.
Okay.
From the celebration alone, because he got naked, then he riled up the fans hard. So yeah, mate, he should have gotten, but he should have been carded before that, because he ran over Martinelli. He was playing bumper cars. He was playing Mario Kart. He was freaking ridiculous. and it wasn't even not even a foul was conceded there. Yeah, I mean the whole thing was a joke, and Anthony told me about that one as well. That we might lose 12 points. I haven't found those news yet, but it seems that because we abused the ref and because we threw stuff at Rodri, apparently Arsenal could lose points. I like to think that that's not going to happen because way more serious stuff has happened recently in the Premier League, right? Like things involving prejudice and shit.
Well,
So
I mean, the ball throwing and
Yeah.
things throwing, unfortunately, happens pretty much at every game.
Exactly.
So how can you just like say that against one set of fans and not point out all the other games that have happened where that has happened? I know because of obviously the French league have had a lot of problems with fans throwing things onto pitches. You've saw it with Payet, who's been struck a few times and thrown bottles back and been red carded. So is it because of that? Do you think it's an influence? They're trying to stop that? Because I mean, potentially
perhaps,
you could
mate, but it would make me even more frustrated to be made an example now because dude, about the abuse towards that ball. If people are threatening him, that's wrong. That's very wrong. If people are legitimately like hurting his honor, like sending him messages, like really nasty material within those messages, sure, I disagree with that. But if FIFA, UEFA, whoever truly expect Arsenal fans to yell, "I strongly disagree with you, sir," after that bullcrap, they've never watched football. Fans are gonna react. They're gonna insult him. They're gonna insult his mom. It's just what happens. I'm sorry. Refs are used to this crap. Like, you can't really expect fans to just be sitting pretty if you're making mistakes against their teams. You can't. You can't. So I doubt that Arsenal is actually going to lose points because of this. It would be very, I don't know. I just feel like it would be wrong. It would be wrong. There have been much more serious cases. Like there have been racism cases from a lot of fan bases. Are you telling me that yelling at a ref and throwing stuff at Rodri because he's riling up fans is more serious than that? You can't. So I really hope we're not made an example now.
I don't think you will be. And it wasn't like you got battered by Man City. We know usually Arsenal do, don't they? So it's still a close game. Still a close game. So like just running through the results I said earlier, Watford 0, Spurs 1, Palace 2, West Ham 3, Brentford 2, Aston Villa 1, Leeds 3, Burnley 1, Everton 2, Brighton 3. This is the next game that I was going on to, Marley. I don't know whether you caught any of this at all. It was a fantastic game of football. It was Chelsea 2, Liverpool 2. I don't know if you saw anything, but wow.
I watched the game.
Right. Tell us what you thought, mate, because I just thought it was an amazing game of football. Really was.
Oh, so fun to watch, mate. It's not like I had a neutral standpoint. You know me, like I have a very strong dislike towards Chelsea, so I was hoping for Liverpool to win. I gotta say, it gets me really frustrated that Mane gets away with those elbows every single time he does that. That can seriously hurt someone. So
you think a red card then?
Yeah, mate. Doesn't matter if it's 2 seconds in the game. Mate. If you elbow someone's face, you should get a red card. That's happened against Arsenal as well. Like he likes using his elbows, and I don't think there's any sport other than the UFC where that's okay. So he should definitely improve on that. And yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. The refs never quite punish him as much as he should be, but the game was really entertaining. It looked like Liverpool was going to destroy Chelsea. Chelsea came back with a vengeance. They played really well for the last like 25 minutes of the first half, and I thought Chelsea was going to take all 3 points in the second half because momentum was on their side. But it became a more impressive defensive display in the second half. Mendy was fabulous that game, even though he conceded two goals. He was incredible.
So who? Looking at both teams at the end of that game, who do you think went away disappointed and who went away thinking this was a good result for us today?
Mate, where was it? It was in London, right? So, I mean, just very pragmatic. I feel like Liverpool's going to like the result more than Chelsea. But I think because there were times in the game where like one team looked to be the future winner of the game, I think Liverpool thought they were going to win quite easily for a moment there, and Chelsea had an amazing comeback, and they were playing really well. So I feel like both of them are going to be quite disappointed. I feel like both of them are going to be quite.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought it was Chelsea's to take. It
Yeah.
was a great goal by Kovacic as well. I don't know if you saw the volley.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful goal. I mean, the way he stepped back a few
Oh yeah.
yards and then just, my mate, the power and technique on it, because he didn't look like he had the strength in him to be able to make that as a hard hitting goal as it looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And Salah's goal as well was incredible because he made it look like he was going to cross the ball, and he just took the centre back out of the game, and it was just a brilliant goal from Salah yet again. Like, the sort of goals that Messi would have got in his heyday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate, Salah's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. He's actually reminding me a little bit of Garrincha. That's not a player that I actually saw play, but one of the best players to ever play the game. Very respected in Brazil, dude. Salah's just he's probably the best player in the world right now.
I reckon so.
Yeah.
I mean, Mane had a good game as well, didn't he? They're very good linking up them two together, aren't they? To be fair.
Yeah. And it's quite remarkable they keep playing as well because, when Firmino was performing really well, it fits so well within because he's not a goal scoring number 9, right? Like he's pretty much a playmaker at number 9. So when he was performing really well, those two killer wingers that they have, they were scoring goals for fun. But that didn't stop when Firmino stopped performing and Jota came in. Jota's not a playmaker. He's a goal scorer. That guy's hungry for goals all the time. Yeah. But it still works.
Yeah, does. He's been a great buy, hasn't he, for Liverpool? I think underrated.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, I'm about to say, do you think Wolves are missing him? But from this result here, Marley, looks to be the opposite way. Looks like they're doing fantastic without him. Man United not doing so great under Ranić, and I've just watched the game, losing 1-0 and a great goal from Moutinho right at the end there, and I think the 83rd minute.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
I was watching it.
You was watching it as well?
I didn't watch the whole game, but I caught most of the second half.
So what did you make of what you saw, mate?
I thought United was going to win. I mean, I heard the Wolves actually played really well in the first half, but I'm not going to be talking about that because I don't know too much. But United looked the better team for most of the second half. I was very happy that Moutinho got that goal in the end. It wasn't looking good for Wolves.
I was setting up, mate, and I was like, I just saw it. I was like, this is going to go in. He's going to get this in. This should it just needs to bury that in the bottom corner, and he did. And I was just like, God, I hate being right before, premonitions before it happens, and it's against my own team. Hate it. But yeah, I just kind of feel like with Man United, mate, I think they're struggling to get to grips with Ranić's formations and style of play, because he plays very narrow. He doesn't like to use the wings too much. And I think we've kind of always been a team that likes to use the wings. And I think we've missed that for a very long time. I mean, there's no reason why we have players like Sancho and Greenwood and Rashford and we don't use the wings. I think he needs to do that. But again, that's probably against his philosophy. So whether he'll go against that, it's a similar thing with Bielsa. I think he's reluctant to change. So what do you think Man United have to do here, Marley? Because usually when you get a new manager in, you kind of have this new bounce. You've seen it with Norwich, you've seen it with Aston Villa, but with Man United, it kind of hasn't gone that way.
Yeah. Well, first of all, like I might sound kind of silly when I say that because I know some managers find success with similar formations nowadays. But when I look at United's formation, I think early 2000s. Before this huge era of wingers started, most teams played a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-2-2. So it looks that way. I don't think it favors the squad that United has. I really don't. I don't know. I feel like you guys have more CMs than DMs. You guys have a lot of really talented wingers that might not be performing at their best right now, but I just feel like it's a formation that doesn't suit United, which makes me really glad. I'm curious to see how this transition is going to be. Like if he's going to find someone that's going to like keep doing what he's doing, but like with a couple of tweaks, or if he's just like trusting someone to do something completely different, and he's just trying to maintain you guys like near the top, just so that it's not an embarrassing season, just so that you guys get European places and all of that.
That to me is embarrassing, but yeah. When you get a team this summer and everybody expected you to at least be title contenders, and we're only just about contending for top 4, and even that's going to be a struggle with the likes of West Ham, Arsenal doing pretty well recently, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea above. But
Spurs,
you see, and Spurs as well, yeah. So you look at Liverpool, you look at Chelsea, kind of dropping points here and there, which might help. But at the end of the day, you've got to be taking these sorts of games, haven't you, against Wolves? But that's looking at Wolves from their perspective, definitely going to be safe. I think this year, people were kind of looking at them at the start of the season, Marley, and kind of thinking, well, maybe this is their season where they might be in a relegation battle. But I don't think that's going to happen now. Do you?
No, I don't. I really don't. They have too good of a team to be fighting for relegation. I really don't think that's happening. I know supposedly Newcastle is going to buy like half a team now. They're going to spend a lot of money, so maybe they're going to get a lot better. They're so far behind. I don't see Norwich getting any better. I'm pretty sure they're going to be relegated. Talk about a yo-yo. Like that team, like all they do is come up, go down, come up, go down. Let me take a look at the table right now.
Well, that's a good point, because we are going to look at the table. I'm going to bring it up for you, Marley. I'm going to bring it up for you, my friend. Let me just share here. Let me share screen. Uno Momental. Here we go, mate. Okay. Right. So there's the league table at this moment in time. Let me just take off the score of the game tonight. There we go. What do you make then of that table, mate?
Not really used to seeing Arsenal in 4th anymore, so I'm kind of glad. But yeah, talking about the relegation battle, I don't see Watford being better than Wolves. Burnley, I don't see them competing with Wolves either. I see Brentford losing a bit of their form because very short squad. So yeah, I think Wolves are going to be fine.
Yeah, I think they will be. I still feel Newcastle, even though they're getting in, maybe Curie and Trippier. We will talk about that tomorrow with the transfer news. But Watford struggling as well, mate. I think they might go down, don't you think? They lost obviously to Spurs at the weekend 1-0.
Yeah, mate. They just don't have anything special in that team. It makes me sad because they have João Pedro, that's a Fluminense academy. You know how I feel about those players. So I want them to do well. I want them to do better. But in the Prem right now, it feels like it's gonna be Norwich, Burnley, and Watford, doesn't it? That's how I feel. Like I hope Newcastle stays there because it's very convenient for them not to be in the Prem next season because it delays this huge project that they're gonna have. But I don't see them staying there. I feel like they're gonna pick up a lot of points. It depends, right? Like it's not easy to buy 5-6 players in January and actually make them gel.
True, and you know what? I think Trippier. We will talk about it a bit more tomorrow, but I think they need to get centre backs first. I think they shouldn't be too much of a worry as wing backs at the moment. But Marley is as well. Brentford. surprise first season syndrome. 23 points, got another win again this weekend against Aston Villa.
Yeah.
They're staying up, aren't they, mate? It's one of those, you always get a club that comes up that usually does quite well for the first half of the season, and they've not done too bad.
You know, like only 12 points separate them from the relegation zone. That's not a lot. There's still so much to happen. I hope they stay up, and I think they will. But I do think they're going to finish around like 14th or 15th. I see they dropping in a little bit. But I just love it when these, like, you know, earmarks, smaller clubs do well. I just love a good underdog story, mate. So it makes me really happy to see them. Well, they beat us. We're doing crappy back then, but they beat us. They just beat a strong Villa side. Yeah, they're a fun team to watch, mate. Fun team to watch.
They are indeed. And looking at the top there, Marley, just to finish it off, Man City running away with it. Is it their year this year, do you think, looking at it halfway through the season?
Mate, they're gonna win this. They're gonna win this league with, like, I don't know, at the very least 15 points more than second place. So they really didn't need to rob us this weekend. They would have won the league anyways. Yeah, mate, it's looking easy for them. Just look at that amount of W's there. It's looking really easy for City. Chelsea and Liverpool have been dropping a lot of points.
The only one closer to that is you. You could have had like the same amount of wins if you'd have beaten them, in a sense. So you know, you're the closest to their record of doing well at the moment.
But we're 18 points behind, so you know.
I know, but still, I mean, look at Norwich, mate. Loss, and
Watford too. Yeah,
all losses. Not nice to see, is it, on the graphs?
Yeah.
Well, that's
They're going to have a hard time this season. Yeah.
They are going to have a hard time, I think. I think we're going to see some changes though in the league in the next 2 or 3 months, where you'll think Newcastle should be doing well and they might not be. Like you said, I think they need to stay up because of the new owners and, you know, the dream future that they've got. Don't really want to get relegated and have to try and get promoted back up. But
yeah,
it's going to be
pretty much everyone that's not a Newcastle fan wants them to go down right now.
Yeah, exactly. Do you really want them to go down?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, mate. Because, you know, I know how ambitious, and when I say how ambitious, I mean how not ambitious Arsenal is. So if you have another one of these, like, very hungry rich people, like, you know, Chelsea, City, you add another one to the list, then all of a sudden, dude, Arsenal's looking like the 7th strength in the league. So I want to delay this as much as possible. So if they go down, that's great. But I don't see that happening, mate. They're 2 points behind Watford right now. So if they spend some money in January, I really don't see them going down.
Do you think Arsenal will spend some money in January? Do you think?
I'm hoping so, mate. We're probably going to be touching this tomorrow, but it's kind of looking like Arsenal's going to go after a striker and a midfielder, which is, you know, that'd be a first. We don't usually do too much in January. And the midfielder people are talking about the most is Bruno Guimarães from Lyon. That's one of my favorite players. Amazing midfielder. Just the thought of Partey, like, staying in form and Xhaka finally leaving the team, leaving the starting 11 for Bruno Guimarães, that excites me. That'd be a very, very exciting midfield. So hopefully something happens there.
Hopefully it does. I know there's lots of names being linked with moves in January. Lots of people out of contract as well. So it will be interesting these next 3 or 4 weeks. We are doing Football United Airways tomorrow, and every week it's going to be about transfers all around the world. We're going to pick players that we've been heard linked to moves. That'll be tomorrow at 7 o'clock every week up until the transfer window closes. Just a quick couple of comments here then, Marley, mate. Let's have a look It's from Cars Quickly. He says, Cars, where you been? Matt's been running the joint.
Sorry.
It's all right. You don't be sorry. It's my show with talking Lauren, but Lauren's at the game, so she couldn't make it. And it is the night before I start work again after Christmas and New Year. So I've got to get myself prepared. So I really wanted to get it done very quickly. Ranić hasn't got the balance in his squad to play to his expectations. I agree with that. I think you said that too, Marley, didn't you?
Yeah, something similar to that.
Yeah, pretty much. And Solo, big up Solo from the Man United. I think they're live now, so we're finishing up. Go tune in over there at the Man United Agenda. That's it. That's it from us. Marley, when you back on? You're back on from Gunners from All Corners, mate, you say, and tomorrow?
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Let's see if I do anything else, but I'm confirmed for those 2 shows. Yeah.
Sweet. Brilliant. So remember, everybody, tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. I'm being joined by, of course, Marley and Matthew. We're going to be talking transfers, potential transfers for this January transfer window. So tune in tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Subscribe, share, and like if you can. It means so much. And we'll see you later on. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. Bye-bye.